Welcome back to another episode of Monday Manna. Welcome to the table. So glad to have you all back. Thank you for rocking with us through the genesis of everything we learned. And I'm telling you, I'm excited tonight. Got a special guest with me, the Kim Brownie Vaughn.
Yes, what's
Brownie
good, everyone?
Talks. She's my homegirl, my sister. She gets me together. She's amazing author, best-selling author, podcast host, renowned speaker. Her podcast, You're Singled Out, is listed to over 40 countries. Her book, Confidence Before Commitment, is debuted at #1 on the Amazon. She is phenomenal. She's going to be rocking with us through the Q&As for the next few series. Convinced her to come on over. So y'all make her feel welcome. Welcome, my girl Brownie. She's awesome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you all. So yeah, let's have a good time, D.
All right, tonight.
At the table.
That's it. Tonight it's all about setting the table. We're going to stay right there and just do a Q&A so we can wrap up the series, Genesis of Everything. We talked about the genesis of starting. Talked about how you got to start things the right way with the right perspective of your potential. We talked about how you have talked about starting in your identity. How do you begin to understand your identity? We talked about some things that you need to take into consideration when starting your identity. We talked about the need for discernment and for understanding potential and your environment. We travailed through Genesis chapter 1, and God, how he created the world, gave us some principles and nuggets that I hope you grab throughout the entire series. And finally, talked about the genesis of relationship. How do we begin relationships in a healthy way? So tonight, we just want to do a quick Q&A. I asked for your questions. We took your questions in. I wanted to summarize some of those into kind of 3 central questions that we'll talk with tonight and get Brownie's thoughts. To wrap up our series, we'll do it. We'll rock with Brownie. If you come back, we'll rock with you again next series. Is that cool too?
Yeah, that sounds good.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. So,
come on.
Genesis of everything. Let's start with, in your opinion, you heard the series. What is the best way to begin a project or a business? Given all that you've done. So,
wow, there's a variety of ways of starting something, right? But I think it's crucial to really know who you are, to know your purpose, to not just go into something haphazardly, right? And being too quick. Do the necessary research, right? And also make sure that it does align with your purpose. That's so very important because there will be times you'll get tried, you'll get challenged, you may get burnt out, but knowing why are you doing this? That will help to sustain you.
Absolutely.
In some of those valley times, you know?
Absolutely.
I think another key element to really remember is focus on finishing. It's easy to start, y'all. It's fun to start, to begin something. You have this euphoria that's going on, this momentum, like, oh, it's something fresh, it's new, it's popping. But be focused on, I'm going to finish. It takes special dedication to be determined to finish. To complete it.
Man, if that wasn't one thing that really motivated me to do this series, is it's easy to start, but it's real easy to start wrong without understanding how to finish.
Yes.
So that really hit me to the core of why I felt like this series was important, because January, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't do New Year's resolutions in January because I just don't have good success. My January is February. Like I start January, I'm contemplating starting, but I don't start till February. That's why I felt like doing this series in February made the most sense. So starting with finishing in mind. So that's right on par with the lesson. When we talked about God hovering first.
Come on.
How he hovered over the face of the deep. And we talked about what hovering means is resting in suspicion and movement in a certain space over time. In other words, he knew he hovered over the elements of earth with an understanding that it would be earth.
Yeah.
And so hovering, have you hovered first with the idea or concept or business before just beginning? Next question I have, how do you begin to start to understand your identity? Like, What did that look like for you? Or is it something you're still doing? You know what I mean?
It's a constant journey. It is, because in different seasons of life, you have various responsibilities, obligations, and you're getting to know different layers of yourself, right? So life in general, and knowing who you are in God, knowing who you are in this dispensation on earth, it's a continual journey. So don't ever think that you know it all, because the person who does, you know nothing at all.
Say that again.
The person who thinks that they know it all knows nothing at all.
Wow.
Because as the earth is revolving, I've learned we are constantly evolving.
Man.
That's the
listen.
thing. And so the classroom is always open if you're ready to come to class and learn. God is always teaching. So be open to that. Yeah.
I think that's the key. I think we sometimes struggle with anxiety because we feel like we have to be something or someone to something, or be some idea of something in certain spaces. I want to free you tonight.
It's good.
Free yourself to evolve.
Yeah.
Unapologetically. Don't apologize for evolving.
That's
You are
good.
always, as long as the earth remains, there will always be seed time and harvest, what the Bible says. What that suggests is there will always be seasons as long as we exist on this earth,
Yes.
which means there's always going to be some change happening.
Mm-hmm.
And really, life is really about how you maintain or understand your identity through the changes.
Yes.
And so don't let anybody try to box you into some idea of who they think you are. You know, stop. I want to free somebody. You don't have to apologize for changing. And you don't have to apologize for people who can't handle your changing.
Ooh, come on.
Huh? Did you hear what I just
That's
said?
good.
You
Yes.
don't have to apologize for the shifts and how God is shifting your identity. And that's why taking time to really, for yourself, is so important. Have you scheduled yourself into your schedule this week?
Ooh, self-care. Come on.
Self-care is huge.
Yeah.
You can't possibly understand your identity without it.
Not at all.
You'd be surprised how many people, and myself included, don't feel like they're worth 30 minutes.
Ooh.
Are you worth 30 minutes?
Come on. You work that.
Because your identity needs you to take that time.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Your self-care is essential
it is.
to your identity. Because here's what I found. Busy folks are busy in other people's identity. Did you hear what I just said?
That's a word.
I said busy folks
Come
are
on.
busy in other people's vision and identity. I don't want to be too busy in someone else's stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be busy in who God has called me to be. And I ain't apologizing for that. I spent seasons of my life being busy in other people's stuff. And you know what happens? They take their stuff sometimes and leave you empty.
Ooh.
And I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but if you know that's you, put a thumbs up in that chat.
Yeah.
And that thumbs up symbolizes you're going to take time for you in this season.
Come on. Don't
And
live on
people-
fumes.
Hello?
Yeah.
You can't run a car on fumes.
Not at all.
All right, let me stop because I feel Mr. Preach coming up. Because listen,
Get gassed
I am
up.
so tired of dealing and having to console folks who have been left on E, being busy in other people's stuff.
It's real.
Let go, man. It's okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next question, last one. And we're not gonna go long tonight. It's the wrap up. So if you got any other thoughts or questions, though, we don't have to stop the conversation here. You can keep going in the Facebook group. Feel free to post your questions, ask questions about things that I may have triggered or she may have triggered in talking.
Yeah.
In the Facebook group, we're happy to continue that conversation. But last question tonight: and this is what I wanted you to think about because you got a wealth of knowledge. What are some lessons learned in starting relationships wrong and in starting relationships right that you have
Wow. Some lessons I've learned in starting relationships wrong. I think one thing that I've definitely learned is how impatience can really toss you off and get you led down into some paths that you stay longer than what you want to stay and you pay more than what you want to pay.
Ooh, say that again.
Yes. Don't get led down some paths where you stay longer than what you want to stay and pay more than what you want to pay.
Ooh, that part.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. There are times when we can put ourselves into some situations where, wow, we're writing checks that our hearts can't cash. Seriously. And we wonder why we're at deficits, right?
Come on, preview my next series. Come on, preview my next series. Come on.
We're wondering about why, our budgets are off and why we are just living a life that, wow, I feel stuck or I feel depleted, But we have to take responsibility. Sometimes we can point the blame at other people left and right, but sometimes it's us. Decisions that we've made, choices that we've made, moves that we've made that were harmful. And so I think really in this year, this season, it's time to take responsibility for yourself and to not be in such a rush of impatience, not allowing the enemy to keep causing you to think that, oh, I got to make a move right now, and to do that without using some wisdom, without using some consideration, and praying to God for guidance, and not just getting the guidance, but using it.
Man.
That's real. Yeah.
See, and so I'm glad she teed that up, because that is where God is taking us in this next series, is that some of you are on E because you're in a deficit because of bad relationship management. And maybe you're struggling to start this new season of your life because you have been stuck in bad relationships.
Ooh.
And I want to free you through the next series. So if you know that's you, I need you to lock in for this next series, because we're going to release you from those deficits in March. We're going to release you from that.
Come on.
This has got to be the last season. You stop making it. You got to stop making excuses for carrying people who can't help you in purpose.
Ooh.
That you have no room or capacity to carry people who are stuck in your last 2 seasons. You hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying?
Expired relationships.
Expired food is poisonous.
Come on.
Expired relationships are toxic. Did you hear what I just said? I said expired food is poisonous. Just in the same manner, expired relationships are toxic.
That part. Yeah.
You can continue to eat on it if you want to, but and you're going to continue to have a stomach ache. Meaning your body is going to continue to signal that this is not what we want to accept for us.
Exactly.
You don't have to stay there. You don't. So the lessons learned there, I think that's key. Give me one good lesson learned from starting it the right way.
Oh, starting the
This could be
right
any
way.
relationship.
Oh, goodness. The joy that you get out of it. That's my theme. My personal theme this year is enjoy your joy. And when you start off the right way, the joy that you can actually get, that type of fuelage is crazy good. Because you can use that in so many other facets of life when you start the right way. Yeah.
Enjoy
your joy.
Golly. Okay, well, that's in the to-go box right there. That's in the to-go box. What's in my to-go box is enjoy your joy. This year we're enjoying our joy.
Absolutely.
In 2024, for sure. What's in your to-go box before we get up out of here?
Oh, my goodness. I would definitely say about the patience piece. Patience. Having her perfect work. Yeah, I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but we all need patience because we're all waiting for something, right? We're all waiting for something. So continue to wait and know that your wait is not wasted. Don't allow impatience to take you off course. Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you for rocking with us through the Genesis of Everything. Go check the replays out. They're all available on YouTube in a playlist waiting for you to go check them out. Please let the Holy Spirit minister to your heart. Take notes. Join us in the Facebook group. Join the table. Also by connecting to Manna to go through emails. And I will see you next week for the new series. Ooh, I can't wait to tell you what the new series is about. Kind of gave you a preview for it, but please join us. I promise you it's going to bless you. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed.